This sounds like political presidential talk to me, and I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Probably not, but I do get tired of seeing the country ripped off.
Why would you not?
I just don't think I really have the inclination to do it. I love what I'm doing. I really like it.
Also, it doesn't pay as well.
No, it doesn't. But, you know, I just probably wouldn't do it, Oprah. I probably wouldn't, but I do get tired of seeing what's happening with this country.
Way back in the dark ages of 1988, Donald Trump seemingly was already planning his future run at the White House. And the polls prove there are a lot of Americans who believe this country has indeed turned into a disaster thanks to its current leadership, and just might need someone like the billionaire to decide our fate here and around the world. If there is one thing Donald Trump knows and does to almost perfection, it is public relations. No one spits it out faster with more confidence and has damage control at the ready better than Trump. But can it indeed lead him to a chair on Pennsylvania Avenue? And what will it take to fend off the challengers who are coming loaded for bear in next week's debate? Our guest has been counseling the famous for more than 30 years on how to mold and maintain that image. Founder of LCO Public Relations in Beverly Hills, California. Let's welcome Michael Levine to the Hard Line. Michael, thanks so much for joining us this evening. And I'm going to start right out and hit you with the big question that everybody wants to know about Donald Trump. How does this guy manage to stay so Teflon?
Well, he is a man for our times in that there is a profound constituency for candor. I mean, Americans know in some deep and significant way that most politicians are just talking out of both sides out of their mouth, pandering to audiences in an effort to get elected. They know it. Democrats know it. Republicans know it. And so, believe it or not, there is a constituency for candor. And that's one thing that Mr. Trump serves up in ample doses.
Then how does the American public, as they take Donald Trump in, and how does Donald Trump, as he continues to speak, ensure that they don't see him as pandering in any specific spot, that he is giving them the truth? How does he make that happen?
I don't think there's much opportunity for Americans to think that Donald Trump is pandering to anyone except his own narcissism and ego. I think there's a great sense that he is very pleased with himself. And, no, but that's not much of a debate. But the question really, I think, bigger question is that despite his outrageous sound bites, which is more when he raises the topic of immigration, which is more outrageous? What he says or what allowed this nation to get into the place that it's in the first place? I would argue that far more outrageous than anything Donald Trump could ever say is the logic that led this nation to basically have borders without control on the southern border for decades. That's more outrageous. Both parties, liberals, conservatives, Republicans, Democrats, basically participated for decades, not days, weeks, months, years, decades, in essentially borders without control. And it's led us to a terrible place. And so we grapple with which is more outrageous. What Donald Trump says in a soundbite, outrageous, no question about it. Or the logic that led us to the place we're in.
All right. Well played indeed, I might say. And my goodness, common sense, which I rarely hear anymore these days in news. Well done. I got about a minute and a half left here. I want you to listen to this. Here's Donald Trump as they were asking him about getting ready for the debates. And here's what he said.
As far as preparing for the debates, I am who I am. I don't know. I've never debated before. I'm not a debater. I get things done, whether it's this or whatever. I build, I create jobs. Nobody does better. That's what I do. I don't talk about it. I get it done. Politicians talk about it. You know, these guys debate every night of their life. That's all they do is debate. They debate all over the place and nothing happens.
So with about a minute left to go here, Michael, Donald Trump says, I am who I am. I'm not doing any real preparation for the debate. Do you think that's a mistake? And do you think that the rest are just waiting to get their teeth into him?
No, I think that statement really is about what all politicians do before a debate, which is try to lower expectations. I promise you right now that Donald Trump has 4 or 5 zinger lines that he is dedicated to getting out no matter what he's asked about. And those zinger lines will be used on newscast after newscast in the days after the debate. So I think that's his only preparation. How does he create zinger, memorable lines and continue to appear as the candidate for candor?
They will probably wind up on T-shirts and hats all over the country in no time. Michael Levine, an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much for being here. I'll look forward to the next time we speak. And oh yeah, by the way, folks, if you want more Donald Trump, be sure to check out his bestseller, Time to Get Tough, which he probably will do at the debate. We at Newsmax, a free offer for the book. Just go to newsmax.com/TrumpBook to check it out and see what the Donald has got to say. Stay with us. The Hardline continues.